We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M.
Yeah.
Jesus! God forbid you have to shop at H&M. At least you're trying to get repossessed.
Simone, H&M, Bloomingdale is going viral. Let's talk about it. Hey, beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here, and welcome to my channel. How have you all been? Hope you guys are doing great. So, Simone, that same podcast, Simone friend was talking about how she was broke and her car was repossessed. A couple of clips are coming out from that podcast that is getting everybody talking. So one of them is the fact that Someone was talking about how she has downsized and how she walked to Bloomingdale and find out that a lot of the prices are very expensive. And she was like, you know what, we have to go to H&M. We can't afford Bloomingdale. And this has struck an entire conversation where people are like calling Someone like, is she out of reality? Is she out of touch? Because why would she even make that type of statement saying that H&M is like it's for poor. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, let me know what you think about. Do you think H&M is for the poor? Okay. But yeah, this whole H&M situation has gotten people talking. And on that clip, someone wanted to talk about why she's downsized because she's creating a app. She's working on something. That's why she's broke per se, talking about how she used to have liquid cash, but now she's broke. But this has really not sit well with a lot of people. A lot of people have so much to say. But yeah, let's go check it out and then we'll come back and talk more.
Attacking something you can't see right now. Do you feel like you know what it could be? Although you can't see it, because sometimes our spirit does know.
Like, I feel like it's breakthrough with what I'm creating with the app. I feel like there's been so much financial just my finances, like the budgeting. You see how I am nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that. We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M.
Yeah,
like I notice it in me now, just nitpicking, and it's not even. I just don't have it like to spend the liquid. Yeah. I'm used to having liquid. And because I've invested in this app and this platform, I don't have the liquid. I got the money.
Not yet.
But not yet. It's coming. I have it in assets. I have it in jewelry. Yeah. I have it in, but it's like the liquid. I'm used to seeing a certain amount in my account.
But you're also used to a hustle mentality.
For sure.
And this time when you set out to do the app, you said that you wanted to do something that was legacy,
that was going to have longevity, not quick.
Yes, you don't. I don't want it.
I don't want it quick, and I'm not complaining. Yeah, I know that. I believe in what we're building.
Yeah,
but I think that that's what I'm fighting.
You used to microwave, and this app is a crock pot.
Wow,
this app is a slow cooker.
Wow,
and you're going to reap the benefits of it later. But right now, you're sowing seeds into that, and so it just takes time. But you'll have that liquid cash.
I believe that.
You'll have all that.
I believe
you know it.
I know it.
Yeah. But that's why the battle of the app is so challenging, because when God's hand is when his hand is on something, it's evident. Do you know how many women's lives are impacted already?
We have
that casting call we did, bro. Life changing. Every girl that's a part of this, are we allowed to talk about that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I had major breakthrough moments. She's launching the app, and there's a talk show on the app that I'm a part of, and we sat on the couch. When I tell you breakthrough moments, like, that's off the backs of you. Yeah, you're going through this. Yeah, you feel like you're tired. Yeah, you got to fast 10 days. Woo! Yeah, going into 13. Yes. Yes. You talking about you want to be a Jamie Foxx. What? You want to be honored at the BET Awards? Well, for sure. This is your journey, babe.
Simone crying about her finances is seriously sending me. She was like, we were in Bloomingdale's, and I said, we have to go to H&M. Like, Kim, seriously? People are dying. And H&M is not really that cheap,
affordable, yeah?
Like, people are shopping at City Trends, Rainbow, Goodwill, and she up there crying about having to shop at H&M. I really need to know, did she say that after her friend came out and told her how broke she was and how she had to be on food stamps? I really feel like that came afterwards. It's like she keep trying to one-up this girl for some reason. Like, I really feel like she's jealous of this girl. I could be wrong, but I really feel like I'm not wrong. I feel like the only reason why she said that is because her friend said what she said. So she felt like she had to come right behind her with something just as good. But her sitting on that couch crying about her finances or whatever the hell she crying about, her best friend should have said, Jesus.
We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M.
Yeah.
Jesus. God forbid you have to shop at H&M. At least your car didn't get repossessed.
And why is B. Simone crying about going to H&M as if her looks have ever gave anything above rainbows, dots, and Old Navy? The level of delusion go crazy. Who said that?
B. Simone crying because she has to shop at H&M instead of Bloomingdale's. Meanwhile, there are people who can't even afford to buy their children clothes at Walmart. Better yet, people can't even keep a roof over their heads and food on the table. Nah.
You guys are asking me to give B. Simone some grace, and I'm not. Because she's the exact friend that I'm always talking about. The one that does not want you to do better than her, so she'll make sure she'll keep you right underneath her or on the ground. She's crying saying, I couldn't even go to Bloomingdale's. I had to go to H&M. When there are people dying, when there are people who can't even afford to get groceries, when there are people that cannot afford health care, and you're telling me that it's the end of the world because you gotta go shop at H&M. Y'all gotta stop making stupid people famous.
I really wish B. Simone would just shut up. Like, the more you talk, the dumber you sound. You literally sat here and cried about being so broke that you had to leave Bloomingdale's to go shop at H&M. Some people can't even afford to shop at H&M. People can't afford to shop for anything besides necessities. And you're crying because you got broke because you fumbled all your opportunities because you don't shut up. Sometimes just shut up.
B. Simone, this message is for you and H&M only. Listen, do y'all know, like, what she said actually wasn't wrong. She just said it in the wrong way. Because I'm going to tell you something. If my income was cut in half and I had half the platform that she had, she just said it in the wrong way. What she should have said was, girl, I love to shop on a budget. I'm an H&M fanatic. I love H&M. I go to H&M all the time. Like, she just said it the wrong way. Do she know, or do anybody know, how that could have worked out for her? Like, she actually could have probably came out of this situation with not only more fans or regained her fans, but actually had a deal with H&M. Like, do she not get that? Like, sometimes you gotta pull yourself back and you gotta think exactly, like, let me make this work for me, okay? Because honestly, she could have won off of that had she just said it the right way. And I know y'all agree.
I just woke up to a video of B. Simone crying on her podcast to her friend about how she is basically broke and how she's used to having cash flow in her account, and how she went to Bloomingdale's the other day and she was like, oh my God, the prices are so high, you gotta go to H&M. Her friend literally just told her that she was on food stamps and Medicaid and had her car repossessed. I bet you gotta go to H&M because it's hard out here. I have to go to H&M. So I'm just so used to having cash. I'm used to having cash. And her friend's like, bitch, I was broke and you didn't even help me. Like, but she's like, I'm used to having cash. Like, Bloomingdale's. I couldn't even shop at Bloomingdale's.
B. Simone, you know good and goddamn well you out of pocket for this statement.
Just my finances. Like, the budgeting, you see how I am. Nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that. We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't mean to laugh, but could you imagine, the horror, having to shop at H&M with the rest of the commoners? Now, I'm not even someone that habitually punches down on B. Simone. I don't believe on getting on that hate train, but like, girl, you out of touch. Like, half of America could barely afford to rent an apartment. Priced out the ass. Gas prices are going up. Eggs are the highest that they've ever been. Like, people cannot afford to get groceries. They can't. The families could barely afford to pay for daycare. That's a whole mortgage payment for some of them. Can't afford to get their kids daycare while they go to work, to pay for a home, to try to buy eggs to put in that home to feed their families. And you want to sit here and complain that you can no longer afford to shop at Bloomingdale's. You got to go to H&M. That's why they stay dragging your ass every other month, because you out of touch. Now, if someone at H&M, one of the employees, a cashier, if you catch her before I do, show her this video. But one of her friends, I know somebody that know B. Simone. I gotta grab her and shake some common sense into her.
It's just my finances. Like, the budgeting, you see how I am. Nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that. We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M.
Yeah.
Like, I notice it in me now, just nitpicking. And it's not even, I just don't have it like to spend. The liquid. Yeah. I'm used to having liquid. I'm used to seeing a certain amount in my.
Not this coming from the same woman that said that she would never date a man that works a 9 to 5. I know quite a few men that work 9 to 5s that can afford to shop at Bloomingdale's, sis. Yeah. Okay. Not this coming from the same woman that literally stole other women's intellectual property and posed it as their own. You thought we forgot about that, sis? No, we didn't. Such a girl's girl you are. Not this coming from a woman that literally charged her fans $5 a pop to watch her grieving journey of one of her best friends that passed away. Pretty disgusting. I'm sorry. That one really did me over. Not this coming from a woman that can't keep a core friend group, that consistently falls out with every podcast host and friend that she has. And she wants to use her walk with God as her excuse for falling out with her friends when really she's just a shitty person. Not this coming from a woman that is so male-centered that she's going to sit up and interview the baby once again in that bed, giggling, kikiing, being overly just extra with that man, knowing good and goddamn well he doesn't want anything to do with you, plus he's a terrible person. And for somebody that's all about Jesus and God, she should know by now that God will find ways to humble you. And it looks like it's your time, sis. It looks like it's your time to be humbled.
The clip of B. Simone talking about she can't be in Bloomingdale's no more and had to go to H&M, it's really just tone deaf. Like, that's all it is. For her to say she cannot go to Bloomingdale, she has to go to H&M when H&M is still expensive. Like, H&M is still... I go to H&M, I'm looking on the clearance rack because H&M got pants in there for $50. Who paying? H&M is the same price as Zara. And don't get me wrong, I love a good Zara look, but Zara is expensive. I do not shop in Zara for everything. I do not shop in Zara for most things. Had she said she got to go shop in City Trends or she got to go shop in Burlington's, I may have been like, dang, that is a big jump from Bloomingdale's to Burlington. But girl, you was still in it. H&M is right next to Bloomingdale's, and what you find in H&M, you can still find out in Bloomingdale's if you look hard enough. You just want to go look at the up stuff. But I watched the clip of the Breakfast Club, and I don't even really watch the Breakfast Club, but Charlamagne made a great point in who do you expect to feel bad for you? Like, who are you looking for sympathy from? And maybe she's not looking for sympathy, but what was your purpose in sharing that? Because the rich people are looking at you like, well, that was stupid to buy everything from Bloomingdale's anyways, and the poor people are looking at you like, well, H&M is still expensive, so what do you want my sympathy for? I can't go in there. There are people who cannot afford to go to the grocery store and get what they want, and you're talking about you was in Bloomingdale's shopping. True. I don't care.
My finances, like the budgeting, you see how I am. Nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that. We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M.
Yeah.
Like, I notice it in me now, just nitpicking. And it's not even, I just don't have it like to spend. The liquid. Yeah. I'm used to having liquid. I'm used to seeing a certain amount in my account.
Imagine in 2025, you watching all hell break loose. You're watching prices go up. You're watching people not being able to afford a house. And you drop a podcast and your biggest problem is that you got to shop at H&M and not Bloomingdale's. B. Simone has lost her rabbit ass mind. Who's the audience for this? Who's the audience? Who's supposed to give a fuck? Who's supposed to care about this? Y'all talking about the best friend. I don't let y'all have that because I never thought B. Simone was a good person. B. Simone is literally when you have somebody who's just transactional. The transaction in her is content. That's why they're friends, because they can always sit down and build content together. She can sit down with her friends and always have something to go viral. If that's the extent of our relationship, we might as well not be friends. I don't understand. You know, you're the one who up your finances. Like, you up your money. You feel me? So I don't know what to tell you. Budgeting? You should be budgeting. I don't. Now you kind of need it. I don't know, man.
And here's my problem with the H&M B. Simone conversation is that at no point in my lofty capitalistic dreams and goals did I ever consider H&M as poor. Did I ever consider H&M as something that I wanted to leave behind? I've never once thought about that. I never once said, man, once I see a Millie, I'm never going to H&M. So, pardon me, if I'm surprised that rich people go, ooh, I've got to go to H&M again. And they got good shit at H&M. I like to think that if I made millions, I would still go to H&M. It's just some stuff that's just H&M-y. You wouldn't get it. That's my first problem. Second problem is Bloomingdale's as the comp. I go to Bloomingdale's now. Now, I'll bet it's not for a lot of shit, but I want to buy some perfume for my mom or girl or something. I go to Bloomingdale's. There's nothing about Bloomingdale's that makes me feel like, again, in my lofty capitalistic goals, that's where I aim to reach. So I'm confused. And I think this is a deeper issue. If you really deep it, it's a deeper issue on where we are as a society, true Americas, understanding the middle class. By the way, H&M, as I'm making this video, I will swear and pledge my fealty to you forever, from now until I hit 1 million followers, to always have your back. Start the brand deals now, invest now, and I got you. Now, next, the Bloomingdale's thing. I shouldn't say next, in continuation to my essay. I don't, like, when I go to Bloomingdale's, hear me, let me explain. I don't think of the luxury mall in my state, in my area, in my county. I just go to the mall, to Bloomingdale's. But okay, I'm not here to bash B. Simone. I think she was just using that as a springboard to talk about difference in finances. She does have a penchant for going viral and saying certain things, but I will not let this H&M propaganda prosper.
Please let me know down in the comment section. Do you think H&M is expensive or do you think is affordable? Let me know your take about this conversation about B. Simone and H&M down in the comment section. But please, as always, keep it respectful. You're on this channel. We're allowed to disagree, but we'll do it in a very respectful way. So go ahead, feel free to share your thoughts. Okay. So here's my own take when it comes to B. Simone and all that. Like, I really don't have much to say. I'm just going to say this here and just leave it here. First off, yeah, I'm not the type that likes judging people based on what the only thing I see of social media, because sometimes the dynamic can be way different. But clearly, she knows how to get people talking, and she's a content creator. And as a content creator, that is a good thing. She always has people in her business and all that. But also as a person, I really feel like she's like a celebrity, right? I really feel like sometimes some of the celebrities are really out of touch of what the regular smaker people struggles really are. And I understand for her, H&M may seem like Shein, okay? Even Shein clothes is not affordable at the time, because you look at it, you're like, why am I buying a tank top for $10? Like, why? I need a $5 tank top. But yeah, might just see it as Shein, but I don't see the essence why you have to bring it, to make it that way. I feel like the structure of her sentence or the message she was trying to pass of how broke she is could have been done in a more better way, because she was talking about how she has invested and now she has to cut down, she has to downsize and all that. And the truth is that if you want to be good with your money and you want to start investing and all that, those are some of the downside that comes into it. But the way she said it like H&M are for the paupers. Like, yeah, because I'm poor now I'm going to H&M. Why? Me personally, I know I'm a regular smacker poor ass girl. Okay, I don't even shop in H&M. Really, special occasion. We don't have it in Nigeria, but if I want to shop, like, yeah, a little bit from H&M, Zara, yeah, ASOS, yeah, but what happened to Shein for me? Like, I'm a Shein girl. I may go to some nice shop for some certain things, but not everything. Like, clothes is clothes. They'll worn out in a couple of years, and it is what it is. But yeah, it's really interesting that Simone is here trying to downplay H&M, and also on the same podcast, a friend was just talking about how a car was being repossessed and how she was really broke. And for you, you had the money where you think H&M is for the poor, but your friend is broke like that. Like, it doesn't even make sense. But yeah, that's Simone. She will say anything, do anything. Even though I think that what she's saying is true, but yeah, I don't know. I just hope she gets it together, or maybe she's even enjoying this entire attention we're giving her. But yeah, let's just see how it goes. But anyway, guys, go and share your thoughts. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go on and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push up my content for more people to see, and that'll be supporting this channel and this girl here. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.